Hello, everybody. This is Jack Hammer. I cover the 49ers for the Santa Rosa Press Democrat. Hope you're all doing well this morning. The draft is over, and that time of year has come. We're now waiting for Friday, which will be the start of the 49ers rookie minicamp. So the players will actually be on the field in Santa Clara on Friday. Most of the rookies. So what I want to do is start going through the players that the 49ers drafted, looking at some of their film. Did this a lot last year in the run up to the draft, and then uh, this year, a little bit different, though, with the 49ers not so locked in on one position. Waited till after the draft to start doing the film reviews. And so we'll get that started today with uh, Samuel Womack, the cornerback, fifth round draft pick out of the University of Toledo. Thought I'd start off with Womack because, well, he's a guy that there hasn't been a whole lot of film out there. When the 49ers made that selection, there wasn't much information on him other than looking at some of his stats and a few comments from newspaper articles and things like that. So, wanted to bring, at least today, we're going to look at his game from early in the season against Notre Dame, a game that Toledo was in close until the end. Actually lost that game late in the fourth quarter. So we're going to take a look at his performance there. We're not going to look at the entirety of the defensive contest because, well, in part because he's not on the field the entire time. For some reason, they rotate him in and out between possessions at times. And then on top of that, when you're watching corners, uh, a lot of times there's not a lot of action happening because the ball's going away from them, or you see them doing the same types of things repeatedly. So I've got about 20 clips that we'll go through and take a look at it, and we'll see how Samuel Womack looks against Notre Dame from 2022. Let's go ahead and bring up the film and get this started. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here to um, a little bit later on in the clip. Let me change my view a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that I'd cut myself out of the stream, and you were just looking at the film. Missed all of my brilliant analysis, but that's okay. You didn't miss a whole lot. But I like this one. I pulled this play up here, really because again, it just shows this. It show One of the things that I really like about Womack's play is that it has the ability. He has really good eyes. He has really good feel when he's playing in zone coverage or even in man coverage to be able to feel where his man is, along with seeing where the play is going. He's got the deeper route responsibility on this one, but he does a good job of filling in between, playing his man while also being able to come up and help make the tackle. He does a really good job of this throughout the game, and at different times. Let me go back since you didn't hear some of the things that I was saying earlier. Apologize. It was probably better for you guys not to hear me talk. Let's go to 2505. This was the screenplay from earlier on. I like this one. You're gonna see it shows at times. One of the things with Womack is he does seem to tend to have some difficulty with run defense and getting the right spots. But this is one where he does a really nice job of coming up, forcing this play up inside, really starts the tackle, gets up and gets the guy off his feet, forces him back up inside a little bit so that the trailing defenders are able to get there and make the tackle. It was really nice. Another one that I really like that we'll go back to from earlier on in the game. You already saw this one, but it's a nice one in that it shows his speed. Again, it shows his ability to play zone coverage and see things. You see him keep his eyes in the backfield. This is a play before, but this is it's at the end of the half. They're trying to keep everything in front of him. He's playing zone, does a good job. Ball's low, but even if it's caught, he's going to be right there to make the tackle. It's the next play that I wanted to show you. 8 seconds left. And he's in zone coverage down here. They're playing cover 3. Does a really nice job of running with that inside receiver, seeing that, staying with them. And he does a good job of keeping his eyes in the backfield as well. He does this really well, where he's able to keep his move. Like I said, feel the routes and see where things are going. He sees what's going on with the receiver. He's able to mirror him the whole way and also kind of see what the quarterback's doing. He just does a really nice job of that. The other thing that we see a lot of with him is they still going to go back to earlier in the show just to discuss it really quick. They do this a lot with him as well, where they're playing like a cover 2. It's like kind of a philosophy where they utilize him more as a flat defender. So he isn't necessarily always in man coverage or those types of things. They use him in a lot of different roles. But when they play it's a lot of cover 3. They seem to run a lot of cover 2 variations, and then every once in a while he's in his man coverage. In this game, not so much man as he is in zone. They're really trying to keep everything in front of him. I like this one too. They're in zone. He's got that flat, like I said. It's the same coverage that we just saw, except for now they're coming. Notre Dame's coming at them out of a bunch, and Womack does a really nice job of realizing that he doesn't have an immediate threat into the flat, and so he starts to drop. He gets his eyes to see the routes. He knows that he's got an out coming under. It's going to be like over the top of him. So instead of letting that ball go over the top, he sinks. If that quarterback tries to throw that out, which looks like it's open, that's going to be a tough completion because Womack's already moving back, and he's going to probably be able to drop into that coverage and make the play. If the quarterback throws the flat, Womack's still in position along with the middle defender there to come up and make the tackle quick. His drop, I think, helps with this a little bit with this sack because the quarterback is looking. He can't go to the out, and then boom, he's sacked and hit, fumble. Really nice. Let's jump forward to later on in the game, back to kind of where we were. And I'll do, if there's any comments or questions, we'll get to those in a minute. He's up at the top of the screen. This one's the ball's gonna go deep, but you see him. He's playing man coverage on this one, and it's really nice. It's a really good job by Womack of staying on top, and he's right there. As soon as that receiver starts to break, he's on top of him. It was really nice coverage there. Look at it again. He's right there, just on the other side of the 30-yard line. But you see him; he's doing a really good job on that. You can tell he's playing man because he's trying to keep the guy. He's playing to the sidelines. He's not worried about anything over the middle. The way that he's turned everything, you can see that he's in man coverage. Really nice job. And then this next one, we're getting down to the end of the game. 119, and they're going to work away from him. But this guy's going to run a vertical, and he does a really nice job of staying on top of it, using the sideline to advantage, pushes him out of bounds, and he's right there with him. Just takes the receiver out of the position, out of the play completely. We get a pass interference call on one of his teammates. We're not going to see it from the single. And then on that one, he's running with them. It's not bad coverage on his part. He does a really good job. It's going to be. They're kind of rotating this around, and they just leave the tight end wide open. You see the safety at the top of the screen. He's helping out with the outside defender at the top, and then down here at the bottom is Womack. He's at just about the 10-yard line there. And they're doubling that outside guy with the safety in the corner. Now they're doubling the middle with the slot receiver on the right side with the two defenders there and the safety, leaving the linebacker, the player in the middle, one-on-one, and he just gets beat quick to the inside. Easy throw from Cone for the touchdown. But Womack does a nice job over here on his end, keeping that play. He's right there with his man. That's one of the positives when you read his scouting report, is that he's able to get his hands onto the man and stick with them, and you see that throughout his film. So it's really good in that sense. Really quick, since we're here, let's go back to a couple of the other ones. Since you couldn't hear me and we were dealing with some technical difficulties in the beginning. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these reviews, so it's a good thing that I'm not charging you to come on here today. But this is from early on, cover 3, and he slips and the pass is underneath him. But this isn't a bad play. This is fine. He's doing his job. They're playing cover 3. You can tell because they're gonna. It looks like cover 2 in a way, and that they have 2 deep safeties there to start off with. But what's going to happen is the one deep safety that's on the Notre Dame logo, he's going to become like a linebacker in this one. He's going to step up and he's going to be playing the hook to curl. Um, he's going to become the hook to curl defender. The receiver that's the DB that's on the hash marks down here at the bottom of the screen, he's going to be the flat defender. The safety that's on the right side of the field right now, he's going to be sliding over into the middle to play the deep third. So they're playing a version of cover 3 here. So he's got to stay deep. He's got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. And so that's why you see him bailing off. He does a really nice job, though, of planting his foot and driving on it. So I appreciate all of you that were shouting out at me to let me know that I was muted. And thankfully, I got a couple of your hits on DM. So appreciate you doing that. So we didn't go through the whole thing without me talking. But you got to at least see the video of it. This was another one I was talking about earlier that you didn't hear me say. This is, he's at the top of the screen right here, and this is something that I've seen with him now in 2 games, and is biting on the double moves. He's an extremely fit. Womack's an extremely aggressive defensive back. He's trying to jump all the time. He's trying to stick with them, and so when he's playing in his zone, especially when he's playing like a zone type of thing where he's off, he wants to try to drive on everything, and he just grabs him right there. It's a holding call. It ends up being a offsetting penalty. There's a hold on the offense, hold on defense. It's just a little bit of something to work to keep an eye on with him because he does have a tendency to grab at times like that. So the one other one, since we missed it, I did want to go to this one. It's early in the second half, I believe. It's not a coverage problem. The coverage is fine. You're going to see Notre Dame run a mesh concept, so the receivers are crossing in the middle. He doesn't really have anything to cover. He's just standing there with them. He's just a little late to respond to the throw going away and the receiver coming towards him. And then when he starts to chase it, he's too flat, and so he's not able to help out with the tackle. He needs to do a little bit better job. I'd like to see him do a better job and be a little bit more aggressive, recognizing when the ball goes away from him and being a little bit more aggressive with chasing it down. But all in all, one of the and watching the film from Womack, this was probably with the other game that I watched. The next time that we do this, it's going to be a little bit more exciting because we're going to get to see Womack do a lot more in terms of coverage, knocking the ball away, and those types of things. Let's say, where are we? Real quick, there was a couple of questions on here that I wanted to get to. Goob asks, "Are we thinking he can play in the slot?" And you'll see in the next when we do the film review, either tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll do this again with him. You'll see that he has the ability to stick to the receiver from the slot. He can really do it. The only thing I'm not sure about with him is if he has the physicality to play in the slot the way that the 49ers use their cornerbacks. Because those nickel backs with the 49ers system really are like linebackers in a way. They have to be really aggressive in the run game. He shows that at times, but I'm just not sure if that's the best fit for him. To me, it almost seems like he's more of an outside corner who can slide inside if they're playing man coverage and cover him. But I don't think you'd really want to line him up as your nickel all the time. But again, from a coverage standpoint, I don't have a doubt that he could do it. I feel pretty comfortable with that. It's more from a run defense that I'm a little bit nervous with him playing in the slot. And, so he'll have that ability to to show it during training camp. And like I said earlier, they're going to be starting the rookie mini camp starts on Friday. So we're going to be able to see these players on the field in Santa Clara starting on Friday. So it'll be a lot of fun to finally see players on the field. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, I apologize for the lack of audio in the beginning. I haven't done one of these in a while. This was the first foray into a film review since in about 3 months, and just screwed up there. Wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing any of the times and things like that for the plays, and just messed it up a little bit. So we'll get it going. At least you have some film that you can go back and you can take a look at. Even if you don't have to hear my rambling on, you can at least see him on the field making some plays or not. Um, in some cases. Uh, but there's not a whole lot of Sam Womack stuff out there. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Like I said, I will be back. We'll be doing this again. If you could do me a favor and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, that'd be fantastic. And we'll doing Sam Womack again. Most likely going to be on Wednesday. We'll do that. I'm trying to make sure that I have a good video quality for you because some of the times where depending on the location I'm in, the quality of the internet speed isn't so good, and the film gets kind of blurry. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If you like what you see, like I said, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Other than that, have a great rest of your Monday. Let's start the week off right. Have a good week. I will be back with you later today for the Hammerhead Show with Rob Shue and talk some more 49er football with you. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.